Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm your lore bastard, Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Zip. No. I'm Austin.
We are continuing our
That comes later.
Lord of the Rings adventure, starring Zip, Easel, and Bungo Tuk Tuk as the heroes of Middle-earth. There are no one else. Everybody else died in a fire. It's these guys.
You're left with us.
They're pursuing a minion of Sauron into a place called the Dragon Mouth, ancient dwarven tomb in the Misty Mountains. And as Austin so intimated, he is playing Zip.
I am Bungo Tuk Tuk and Hobbit.
I'm Ezel the elf.
Last session, you guys journeyed
A lot.
Yeah.
into the Misty Mountains. We're playing the One Ring from Free League. It has a very extensive system for journeys, because if you're playing Lord of the Rings, you should walk around. Yeah. But you guys have reached the foot of the Takadrak, the great fanged maw of the dragon, which is this carved dragon head in the side of a mountain from which flows the Horwell River. You've rested from your fight the previous day with wargs, dispatched by a minion of Sauron, and you are ready to begin your delve into the tomb to find the Ring of Durin, supposedly hidden there by Thráin, son of Thrall.
There's a red-eyed fella following us around, too, I think.
Definitely not a vampire.
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
To the taco truck. Wait, what is today? Is it Tuesday? Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday.
Even in Middle-earth, it's Taco Tuesday.
The three of you and the dwarf Oper, who
Worthless.
has been key and invaluable.
Yeah.
He has fine pair of boots
I can't believe I gave him my sword.
and a sword from a dead ranger, which he has wielded to great effect. Climb up the side of this cliff, approaching the dragon mouth. There's water spray raining down on you. The roar of the flow from the mouth, this great giant fangs. This dragon mouth is the size of a barn. Huge construction. You climb up over the teeth into the mouth itself. This auditorium-sized chamber, water rushing fast down the center. There's stones placed in the middle of this mouth. Apparently, this is just more of a natural cavern. Apparently, they gave up on carving the inside of a dragon's mouth. They didn't, do like the weird gum on the top.
They didn't carve a uvula?
No tonsils either.
Behold, the lack of a uvula.
And so there's just a series of stones, fang-shaped stalagmites or stalactites. Which are the ones that hang from the top of a cave? I'm not sure. Yes, those. And you recall the words Thráin left on the map. Bid ye come to the cave made by the Get of Glaurung,
Check.
that the Noldor did fell in olden days. Pass over the water-slick rocks, 10 and 1, beneath the fangs of Hadrak. Mind your head. And there is the door we wrought, but it shall take the right key to open it. And if you're wondering, is that a riddle? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Bungo is very
we go.
proficient at riddles.
He is.
Could he use his riddle to decipher all of that?
Well, only a bastard would say no.
Bungo is favored in riddle, and he's a D4.
Which means Todd is going to roll 4d6s and the feet die. Well, you're favored, right?
Yes.
So he's going to roll 2 of the d12 feet dice.
And 4 of the D6s. And my target number is 16. Rolled an 18.
So the first thing that Bungo notices is there's lots of stones that rise just above the level of the water. And the water is moving fast. But there's 11 that if you look at it from a certain angle, there's 11 in a straight line towards the back of the cave and a suspiciously blank wall. Everybody make awareness rolls.
Okay.
Fuck you, Kyle.
At -1 die.
God damn it.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
What, do you not have any?
I have no awareness.
Then just roll. Well, it's ill-favored then.
Can I spend a hope?
Please do.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
Ezel's gonna plop a hope down too,
Okay. So that gives you an extra die.
which gets me back to my normal 2 in awareness, and I'm favored.
I have 2, but I am unfavored.
And I have none, but with my hope, I'm now rolling just a D12 and a D6. My target number is a 14.
Mine is also a 14.
17.
All right.
Let's roll them, boys.
Roll them bones. Our dice are, of course, made out of bones.
Well, I rolled a 7.
I got a 14 exactly with 1 success.
I rolled a 5, a 4, and an 8, which is 17 exactly.
Nice.
Hey, is that a rabbit over there?
Yeah, it's one of those famous cave rabbits.
So you guys are in the mouth of the dragon, and there's obviously it's a giant mouth-shaped cave, and there's fangs hanging down the sides, but you can see, of course, through the gaps. And you're in the Misty Mountains. There's peaks everywhere, trees, and to your left, which would be the north, there's a sheer cliffside with some cave openings in it. And in one of the cave openings, this is like across a ravine, you see a figure in red and black standing in the shadows of this cave, red eyes glaring at you.
Ooh. Is it Darth Maul?
It's Darth Maul. He has a double-bladed lightsaber. Oh. No, it is obviously the rider from the east. It is still daylight, so there's much sun between you and him.
Hey, that's the feller that read off with our map.
And he, seeing you making eye contact, he steps back into the darkness and disappears.
Hey, where you going?
You know what we should do? We should try to drag that feller out into the sun. I've heard that Frankensteins don't like the sun.
From somewhere below, you hear,
I forgot.
"Racist!" Okay, so you guys approach the door, or where it's a dwarf door, so it just looks like a wall of the cavern.
Okay.
So I assume we could touch some part of this wall and the outline of the door will probably light up or something.
Leave it to me, fellas. Melon.
Oper says, "What the hell's that mean?
It's Elvish for friend.
You got friends?"
These guys. I guess Gilrayan's technically a friend.
So nothing happens.
A work friend.
A work friend, a work wife.
I would just like to point out that we're standing in front of a dwarf door in the presence of 2 dwarves.
That's what I was about to say. And
Quick.
Zip takes off one of his gauntlets and presses his hand to the stone wall to see if anything happens.
You're electrocuted for 3d6 points of damage.
Jeez.
And no. So the outlines of a door slowly brighten. And in the dwarvish tongue, there are runes that say, "Here lies Durin the Second."
Is there a doorknob or anything?
Yeah, there's a doorknob with just a simple latch, and you just unlock it, and you can go right in.
Quick
no,
question.
there's no doorknob.
Can we trade Zip for Oper on our next adventure?
Oper
I'd
says,
rather not. Oprah has done jack shit.
he says, "Oh, let us. We gotta have a key, lads. Key."
Yeah, it was in the riddle. We need a key.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it means like a literal key. Like they wouldn't have made a key for Durin's tomb and just have it tallywhack it around somebody's belt.
Don't worry, fellas. I've got this time.
What you got?
The Elvish word for key. Blombo.
That's also me cousin.
Did it work?
The door brightens and it lights up, and then it appears in Khazad language. Seriously? No.
We always seem to be at an impasse when we come to the part of the journey where we have to use our brains.
I'm guessing the key's not laying around, so...
No, and you also shouldn't think of it as a literal.
Yeah, for sure. Can I try to roll my lore to see if I know of anything in history that might help out here?
Yes.
Okay, I do that. I've got 3 in lore and I'm favored.
Okay.
Target number is 14. That's a 20 with 1 success.
So you know that dwarves, when they were exploring certain cavities in mountains, would vocalize in certain keys to resonate and detect mineral veins.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Bungo, get that recorder ready.
Bungo's already got it pulled out and ready to go.
Try playing one of the 4 possible notes you can play on a recorder.
Let's hope it's one of those.
Do I need to roll a song for
Yes.
this? Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go. So Bungo starts playing notes on his recorder. Target number 17. Rolled a 16.
Oh, dadgummit.
Man.
So Bungo plays a number of notes, and the final one goes long after Bungo has stopped playing, echoes around the mouth of the cave. The doors crack and open. Bungo raises his hands in jubilation, slips, and falls into the water and is being whisked downstream towards the end of the mouth.
Oh, God.
Son of a bitch.
You have one chance to save him or he dies. I'm not kidding.
Here, grab my mattock.
Grab my medic. Let me swing it rapidly to you.
Accidentally impale him in the
Oh, God.
He would have been fine before Zip beheaded him.
Yeah, right?
Can I try very quickly with
Shoot him with an arrow.
all the elven might I have and speed and grace of the gods or whatever they
Yeah,
are
you should
Yeah.
go run.
The ninjas.
Speed and grace of the ninjas.
to tie a rope to an arrow and shoot it in front of him, the arrow.
Oh, you can definitely shoot at him with an arrow.
Okay. I do that.
Please do it.
I love that Bungo is being swept down a river, and both of their first responses is
Quick attack!
grab our weapons.
Well, I'm not diving in after you.
He's fleeing with the secret.
So am I just rolling my bow for that?
Roll your
or-
attack. Roll your
Or
attack.
would it be... Okay. I've got a 3 in bows, but I'm going to spend a hope. It says 4 dice. Target number is 14.
All right. Yeah, it's doable.
Hey, Bungo, catch. Oh, God. Oh, it's a 15.
Oh,
Ooh, a lot of low rolls there, but
dang. So the arrow slams into the
Bungo's clavicle. Nailed it.
Yeah, it slams into the mud just before Bungo. He grabs it and is able to crawl to safety.
Thank you, Ezel.
Yes, you're welcome. Twa.
The door is open. You guys see a angular hallway that extends deeper into the mountain. And on the floor, in Dwarvish, the words, "Beware the breath of Durin." At the far end of the hall, you can see this huge sculpted head of Durin II with a mouth open that is suspiciously large.
Fellas, I would imagine that maybe the tunnel to get us to the ring is in Durin's mouth, but the passage is probably filled with poisonous fumes.
Why don't you go test it out? Or send Opa, really.
Oh, I'm not going down there. I'll stay out here in the dragon's mouth. You lads, good luck.
Or this could be a thing Colby may be able to prove his work. Oh no, let me explain more. If you remember in the popular Mel Gibson film, Signs, it was the asthma that saved the little girl from the poison mist.
You know, this is funny on multiple levels because you're proposing to send livestock into...
Well, there's no
To
wet
activate
grass.
traps.
It's fine, you know.
But one of the recurring jokes of early D&D is people going and buying sheep and pigs and flooding dungeons with them to activate all the traps.
Oh my god.
Because in early D&D, that for some reason they had the price for sheep and goats and stuff.
Wow.
And so people would eventually be like, I'm going to go buy a flock of sheep and just empty them into a
Nice.
dungeon.
And eventually that morphed into the game Settlers of Catan.
That became Settlers of Catan. That's right. No. Well, so what are you guys doing? This hallway is probably 40, 50 feet long. You can see the big sculpted head of Durin II. There's obviously some kind of trap in case I'm not laying it on thick enough.
Honestly, this is all very Last Crusade right now. We had
Yeah.
the whole breath of whatever it was.
the breath of God.
I've got it. The penitent man will pass.
Hey, look, there are a limited number of movies I can watch with my kids.
So the music thing, that was the Goonies, full on.
Yes.
Oh, is that in Goonies?
The
Yeah, they
piano.
play the organ.
Oprah clears his breath. What if it's some sort of caustic chemical weapon that, like some sort of neurotoxin that just floods out here and it squeezes all our muscles and we fall down lip and we drown?
No, that sounds crazy to me. I
That-
don't think that's it.
That would be bad.
What if it's a bunch of giant wasps?
Well, would scan be useful here to kind of look around, see if there's any traps or
Looking around seems like a fine idea.
Okay.
Cool. I have 3 scan.
who have at it.
Yeah. And I'll spend a hope.
How's your hope and shadow disparity?
So right now I just have 5 shadow.
Just 5 shadow.
To contrast that, I have one.
I have one. And I
Well,
think
it's a zip. That's just
That's a relatively low number for Zip.
yeah. And my hope is an 8. So rolling 4d6 and the feet die. Target number for wits is a 15. Look at there at that boy.
oh, hello, that boy.
Yeah.
And 1 additional success.
So you can tell there are a number of just slightly discolored stones placed at irregular spots down the hall that you don't know what will happen if you step on them, but they're clearly trigger plates.
Also, Indiana Jones.
Yep, I like it.
I mean, that's all sorts of traps.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
All right, boys. So we're fine as long as we can find a walkway around these discolored stones here.
Can Bungo take his spear and throw it to activate one of the stones so we can see what the danger is?
Excellent idea.
Absolutely.
Let's make sure we know which one we're supposed to be stepping on.
So before you do that, can we like step out of the way of the mouth?
Yeah, everybody but Bungo can, because he's got to have, be able to aim.
Oh, okay.
Bungo raises his spear and chucks it into the tunnel. Oh, well, it's a 12, and my target number was a 17.
Oh, hey.
Bungo throws this spear. It hits one of the stones, bounces in the air, and there's this roar of wind as a blast of air comes flowing out of Durin's mouth, the sculpted head, picks up the spear, flings it towards you guys. You both leap. Oprah's a bit too slow as it impaled in the belly.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Carried out of the dragon, falls into the water and is washed over the edge.
Opa, wait, no.
Oh, well, shit.
And you hear, ah!
Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, anybody see that sword he had?
Then the sword, flowing along the water, goes out of the dragon's mouth and falls and impales Oprah on the rocks below.
Ezel looks down. What did I do with my rope? Oh, well. R.I.P. Opa.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Well, we know not to step on those or throw more spears at them.
I guess we just got to be careful walking, which really applies more to me than anybody else.
Should we all go in at the same time, or should just one of us go?
I think we should go like in a straight line.
So we think the ring is in the mouth itself? Is that what we're...
No, the ring is in the tomb somewhere. This is a
okay.
tomb complex.
Okay. Is there like any sarcophagi or anything around?
No, but you can see a passage at the end of the hall going to the
Oh,
go
okay.
to the right.
Oh, I guess we all should go then.
I'm going to volunteer to lead, to go first, if stealth would apply.
You can be stealthy, and I guess stealth is being careful, not to step on certain things. So
Right.
Sure, you could roll your stealth.
Okay, so I am favored in stealth and a D3.
What are you guys rolling to avoid the traps?
Can Ezel use his athletics here? He doesn't want to sneak. He wants to do something cool.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's basically going to like cartwheel across the thing. Twa, twa, twa.
And I can either use scan or athletics.
Up to you.
Okay, I'll use scan because that's a higher skill.
Okay. My athletics I'm favored in and I have 3D.
I've got 3D in scan, and my target number is 15.
I'm 14. Let's roll, fellas.
Here we go.
Ooh, I'm going to do a cool flip thing.
Bungo rolled a 20.
Good.
Zip also rolled a 20.
24 over here with a success.
Nice.
Oh,
So you all do super well as you don't step on the obvious places that you shouldn't step. You guys make your way down this passage. There's the big sculpted head of Durin on the wall, and to the right is a stairwell descending down.
I guess we're headed down the stairs.
Okay.
All right, well, here we go. And there's a cocking sound like a shotgun, and Zip lights his flintlock torch and leads the way down the steps.
So there's dwarven writing on the wall. Mind your step.
All right, everybody stop. Let's think about this for another 20 minutes.
I was waiting for you to say no torches allowed.
It's like
Danger.
Gremlins 2 acid, do not throw on face.
danger, no open flames on the stairs.
Open flames violate dwarven OSHA regulations.
So everybody just test the step you step on.
That sounds like a terrible fucking idea. It says watch your step. Try stepping on the steps.
Nothing bad will happen. I support your idea, Austin.
How many steps are we talking here? How long is this staircase?
So the stair curves around.
Okay.
It's a curving stair,
Yes.
and you can't really tell.
Okay.
Well, it's been a great adventure, and we've all had a grand old time. I say we turn back here and just go. I don't think Ilrayan will be that upset with us.
Go Rayan can
Zip
get...
adjusts his helmet and just starts very carefully moving down the steps.
Okay.
Enough of this.
Zip is going down. He walks down a few steps and is fine. Continues
Ezel's
down.
not doing that.
Okay. Is Bungo following Zip?
Yes.
Well, Ezel is going to actually spring into the air and outstretch both arms and legs and walk down the wall like that. Like,
Okay, roll your
not
athletics.
touching.
Excellent.
Okay.
I was wondering, when doing this, I wondered if anybody would do that. And I should have known.
Yeah, well, ninja.
Corey would, yeah.
Yeah. Athletics I'm favored in 3D. Target
Okay.
number 14. That's a 19. Twi!
So Zip and Bungo are walking down the stairs normally. Ezel is, I don't know, wall climbing. I don't know what you call that.
Parkouring down
Crab parkouring down the wall.
Yeah.
About halfway down, you guys hear a click. Easel and Zip need to make awareness rolls.
Bungo's awareness is 2D, and his target number is 17.
Okay. Austin?
I'm rolling 2d12.
Ill-favoredly.
Yeah. Actually, I can't even hit my target number.
If you roll a 12,
That
if
boy.
you roll 2 12s,
On both.
I'll go ahead and spend a hope.
All right, here goes Bungo.
attaboy.
Bungo rolled an 8 total.
Not
Needed
great.
17.
I also rolled an 8.
So halfway down, all the stairs collapse into a smooth ramp. Zip and Bungo are caught off guard, tumbling down this circular stairway. At the end, in one of their turns, just manage to see the opening of this gaping pit, tumble into it, fall down, slamming onto massive spikes at the bottom.
Jesus.
I think I've been too good to you guys for this campaign. So you each take a piercing blow
Oh,
and
shit.
6 endurance damage.
Ooh.
You can roll your armor to try to resist the piercing blow.
Okay.
That was also kind of Goonies.
Goonies is in many ways a very basic D&D adventure.
It's a modern day D&D.
All right, so that brought my endurance down to 22 because we had reset after our long rest.
It brings mine to 15.
And then I'm rolling for my armor 5d plus 2
Damn.
and my d12.
Yeah, the dwarf has a lot of armor. And I assume nobody is wearied from this, yeah?
No. Very
Corey,
close.
yeah, we know you're fine, Corey.
I'm doing well up here on the walls.
Kyle, what's my target number for my injury?
15.
Okay. All right, I rolled a total of 26.
Todd?
My armor is a very, very strong and powerful leather shirt that is 1D.
So roll a feat die and 1d.
But I also have a helm, which is worth a plus 1D. Yeah, so 2D.
Yeah, not too bad.
Oh, it's that boy.
Hey.
There you go.
Shit.
Coming through in a pinch, and that is a total of 17.
The two of you are beaten and bruised, but your armor saves you from the worst of it. Bungo lands on his head,
Well,
pierced by multiple metal spikes. Nothing important is hit.
Awesome.
His voice box is fine. With Easel's help, you climb out. On the other side is a set of bronze doors inlaid with rich gems, finely wrought dwarven runes and etchings of Durin and life. Durin the Second.
We tackle Zip and tie his hands behind his back so he doesn't try to steal any of the gems.
Now, you guys, I'm not going to pillage a fellow dwarf's tube.
well, we've hit the 3-trap max for most dungeons, so we should be fine, gentlemen.
Yeah,
The rule of 3 that applies to both
Yes.
comedy and dungeons.
Yes.
it's an ironclad law.
So what do the runes say?
Here lies Durin the Second, etc., etc., etc.
And his
Everything's
ring.
fine. Yeah.
And his ring.
Talking about Durin the Second, the things he did in life.
He was cool.
Now, interestingly, this would not be the Durin that wore the Ring of Durin. It would not be given to the dwarves until the time of Durin III, who is the king in the Rings of Power.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So do we just open the doors?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And Zip pushes both of them open. And ducks.
Zip pushes the doors open, squeezes down, ducks down. Nothing happens. The doors just smoothly open on perfectly made dwarven hinges.
Hey, cool.
And beyond is a tall cylindrical chamber, a great sarcophagus wrought in the image of Durin II, as if lying in rest. Piled around him are many treasures, and from above, the last light of day streams down. This cylindrical chamber is so tall that it goes out the peak of the mountain, and you can see the last bit of light of the day is coming down.
Anybody else feel like this is maybe a volcano?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that spot of sun is showing us the location to the well of the soul.
Yes. I wish I put it in a volcano. That would have been awesome.
Well, let's get to looking for that ring, shall we? Anybody want to do a scan?
I'll do a scan of Durin's fingers.
Fingers are marble, because this is a bust in his likeness.
Okay.
So you two are searching.
Yeah, I'm going to use scan. 'Cause I
Okay.
have a 3 in scan.
Can I kind of watch the door for Darth Maul?
It's good
Oh,
thinking.
the door in. Okay, yes,
yeah.
you can.
Is that the only entrance?
There's only one entrance.
Except
yes.
for the giant.
I mean, I guess he could jump down from 200 feet, but
Right.
that problem would probably solve itself on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a vampire. He can't explode. If
Or the sunlight.
Yeah.
Oh, very true.
But we know if there's sunlight still streaming down, then maybe he still can't get to the front door.
That's why we need to find it quickly, because once that sunlight goes, we're fucked.
Interestingly, somebody may have said the last light of day.
Should I roll awareness or something to?
No, I'll tell you if you need to roll.
Okay, cool.
So Austin is scanning, or Zip is scanning the room. Todd?
Using my flintlock torch, which is going to give me an extra D.
Would it be possible for me to assist Zip in his search for the ring?
Yeah, if you spend a point of hope, you can support him, and I believe he's your fellowship focus, so that would give him 2 dice.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about that off the session 0, but we each have a special buddy that we can help out in situations. We haven't done that. We kind of forgot about it.
We did. Yeah. So, for example, in Lord of the Rings, Sam's fellowship focus would be
Pippin. Yeah.
Or
Frodo?
or more likely Frodo.
Yeah.
I feel like a bunch of people had Frodo as their fellowship focus.
So are you going to try to carry him? Is that like...
It's like the Jesus poster. That's where Bungo carries him.
I'm glad to have you with me, Bungo. Tuk tuk.
All right, I'm going to spend a point of hope.
So what does that do for his dice roll?
Gives him 2D extra.
Oh, wow.
That's handy.
So I'm going to be rolling a total of 6d6 and a d12.
Well, alrighty then.
Target number for wits is a 15. All right, I rolled a total of 30.
God, you were wearing the ring the whole time.
With one success in there, too.
Oh.
All right.
So-
look at that. He got by with a little help from his friend.
Yeah, hello.
Zip immediately realizes the ring is not in any of the treasure piled around Durin's sarcophagus.
Of course not.
It has to be inside the sarcophagus.
Of course it is.
Well, get to grave robbing. That's your shtick.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Zip cracks his knuckles.
So the slab of marble on top of the tomb, carved in the image of Durin II, is quite large.
Could some of y'all help me push this?
I don't think we're going to be able to move this stone, but perhaps using your dwarven ingenuity, you could use craft to create a pulley system of some kind and get that thing off. Twa. Would that be something? Could he, like, knowing dwarves are used to moving big rocks around?
They're industrious folk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use craft. I've got some stuff to help me with that anyway.
Okay.
So Zip has 2 rank in craft, and he's favored. He also has a toolkit in his special supplies, so that's going to bring me up to a 3D. So what Zip's going to do is kind of hop around amongst all the treasure, all the like brass, little simple machines and stuff like that, and find, kind of put together, like Corey said, kind of a simple pulley system to leverage this around.
I love this idea. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, no, it's better than hitting it with your Matic.
So my target number for strength is 14, and I'm rolling 3d6 and 2d12. I rolled a 20 with 2 successes.
Zip builds a crude pulley system with the rope, his tools, and what he can find in the tomb, and is indeed able to leverage open the tomb of Durin II. Musty air billows out, something long since dead and desiccated. And on the top of Durin's shroud-bound form is a golden ring with an inset jewel of remarkable craftsmanship.
Dabs. And Zip swoops down on this ring and picks it up in his gloved hand.
He's looking at it, and we all hear the Mordor whispers.
oh boy.
I mean, it's a ring of power.
Yeah.
It is not as tainted as the one.
Careful with that ring. We know Sauron made that ring. I know you're down with Shadow, but that's a bit much. Turn you into a fucking golem.
What's that there, Zip?
Quit looking at it. Put it in a satchel.
Yes.
Or give it to me. I'll put it on and start to grow a beard.
Do you guys ever think about how big the world is?
Put it away.
Put the ring away.
So many people out there. So many cultures to conquer.
No, you know what? You should just take the ring and just wrap it up in something and put it in your pocket and stop looking at it.
So let's just go ahead
Okay.
and give Zip a point of shadow.
Okay.
Just cuz. And you put it away?
Yeah.
Okay. Easel has been watching the stairway down. No sign yet. Then the last bit of sunlight moves away from this mountaintop.
Let's get out of this
And the
tomb.
shadow begins to grow.
Still yourselves, my little friends. Dracula a-coming.
Do you think it wise to just stay here instead of trying to make our way out?
Well, we could fight in the pit of spikes if you'd like, but sounds like a bad
I'm
idea.
good.
Yeah.
That's an interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out.
Okay, we'll stay in the tomb. I didn't like the spiky place.
Prepare yourselves.
So you guys are in the tomb with Durin II. Zombie Durin, as they called him.
Oh,
no,
God.
I'm kidding. he's just a dead guy. He's not. Do you leave the doors open or closed?
I mean, we might as well leave them open.
Yeah, it's a nice breeze coming through.
Plus, it really reeks in here since we opened that sarcophagus.
Dead
Yeah.
dwarf
I mean, we're
smell.
just putting off the inevitable if we shut the doors. We might as well just let him in here so we can get to it.
Yeah, I'd like to fight something that isn't a dog.
So the night deepens. The tomb darkens. I assume Zip is using his not a Zippo.
Yeah, his flintlock torch.
Yeah. The temperature drops dramatically. You can see your breath in front of you, and a cold fog begins rolling down the ramp, rolling across the pit, seeping into the tomb, and you hear a voice coming from everywhere and nowhere. Just give me the ring.
We did not invite you in. You have no power here. Ha ha.
Just give me the ring.
No.
And you can take the treasures of the tomb.
Just come stand over here so we could get to fighting.
As you wish. And suddenly there's a form among you. A red and black clothed figure, armored in ancient patterns, red eyes glaring. You are in close quarters.
Perfect. Hey there, buddy.
Oh no, it's Frankenstein.
He is forward and he strikes first. I assume Zip is forward?
Yeah.
So the rider from the east, whose name is Mirlog, is favored in darkness. Patreon member Steven Ryder picked out that name, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. He's forward, so he gets an extra die, and he's a lot of other dice. I rolled 2 6s, a 5 on the feet die, 31.
Well, it had to happen.
Unfortunately, not enough for a piercing blow.
Oh, so sad.
So he's just going to seize you. The Blood White slams his ancient sword down, knocking Zip's mattock aside. A cold gauntlet grips Zip about the face, slams him to the ground.
Oh.
You are seized. You can only fight in forward stance, making brawling attacks. Seized heroes may free themselves, spending a success icon from a successful attack.
Okay. Did I take any endurance damage there?
Yes, you took 5, yes. He is going to spend a hate to drink deep.
What's that mean?
Fangs appear. He pulls his helm off to reveal a beautiful, almost angelic pale face. And his fangs sink into Zip's neck.
Oh, already.
You gain 3 shadow points and you are
Oh,
poisoned.
God.
Oh, gosh.
You need to make a shadow test. You can choose virtue or wisdom.
They're both the same. But I do have Untamable Spirit, which gives me plus 1d when resisting darkness.
Oh, good. That will help.
21 with 1 success.
21 is definitely enough. So.
Okay, so then I reduce that by 2.
Yes. If you got a 6 and a regular success, then yes.
Okay, so then I have 7 shadow now.
So you didn't fail your shadow test, so you are not numbed and unconscious.
Ow, he's biting me.
And you guys can go.
Bungo is going to call upon the art of disappearing.
Well, yeah.
I make a stealth roll. If I get 1 or more success icons, I can simply spend one of those to disappear and reappear whenever I choose.
Okay.
So my stealth, I'm favored in, and I'm a 3D. And my target number is 16. Oh, there's that boy.
Oh,
Oh,
blink.
hell yeah.
I rolled a 28 with a Gandalf.
Bungo's just gone.
Yeah.
Easel and Zip look around. Bungo's disappeared.
Yeah, typical.
Well, Zip doesn't so much look around as writhe in pain as his blood is being sucked out of his neck.
Hazel, this feels weird.
Austin, you can go. You can only make brawling attacks.
Okay, how's that work?
I believe it is your highest attack value minus 1.
Okay, so I can't spend any hope without becoming miserable. So I'm just going to roll 2d6 and a d12. God damn it. I rolled a 9.
Zip is punching feebly at the Blood White. Mirlog raises his head, his hair glowing and golden, blood spraying as he whips his head back.
It's Brad Pitt in Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah.
Of course it is. It's the best vampire. Give in, dwarf.
Yeah.
I was old when the mountains were young. And Easel's turn.
I'm also old. 2,813. What you got?
Shut up, hippie.
You're thinking of The Hobbit, I believe. So I guess
You're the reason we lost Vietnam.
I guess holding up 2 arrows to make a cross wouldn't work because there's no Jesus. And this isn't Narnia.
You know what? I welcome you to try.
That's what we need is a Jesus lion. That's
Okay, time to arrow.
You know, Easel's got one move, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
It is.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna shoot an arrow, aiming for the heart,
Sure.
because if I know anything, it's vampires don't like it. Okay, so I got 3D and bows, target number 14. Dat boy.
Hey!
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a total of 23, and I did get one success on that too. So, and the 12 makes it a piercing.
So how much damage do you do?
The gray bow does 4 damage.
And he's got to roll against injury, right?
Yeah, injury is 16. Take that, Lestat.
So where do you shoot him with the arrow?
In the heart.
So yeah, so as he's catching his breath, an arrow slips into the side of his armor under the armpit and pierces him in the heart. He shrieks, stumbles back, still dragging Zip along.
Oh.
You'll die for that, elf. And it's his turn. He tosses Zip aside and lunges toward Easel. What's your parry, Corey?
18.
17.
Haha, twala-la-dee.
So Easel gets his spear up in time to defend himself as the rider hammers his sword against him. And it is you guys.
All right, things looking dire over in Zip's corner.
You are no longer seized. You are unseized.
Yeah. Looking a little better now that I can actually get up. I want to try and take a swing at his head with the mattock.
Okay.
I am a 3 in axes. I get a +1 for being a forward. I did not remember that last time.
Okay.
Target number for strength is a 14.
He's going to spend a hate to use his snake-like speed to make your attack ill-favored.
Oh, by the way, he lost 2 hate from my attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
gleam of wrath on that ass.
Ooh, that's not good.
Okay, making it ill-favored.
Yes. Shit. So roll 2d12 and take the lowest.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a dat boy. Oh no, you're
Yeah, that one
ill-favored.
goes away though. But it's okay because I still rolled a fucking 22
Nice.
with 1 success.
That does hit him. What's the damage on the mattock?
It is 7.
Oof. So quick as a snake, he slips away from Easel, parries just a flurry of attacks from Zip, but Zip is forcing him back. They're fighting, dancing almost around the tomb of Durin.
Yeah, how you like it there? Give me that neck, buddy.
I love Zip's battle talk.
Yeah.
So Easel and Bungo. Bungo is choosing discretion over valor at the moment.
Bungo is going to reappear for a moment. He is going to reappear and attempt to pick the ring out of Zip's pocket.
Oh, God.
Perfect.
And hobbits have hobbit sense, which
Disagree.
Do they?
No idea that was
do.
a thing. That's the
it's
best.
got it written right here. It's a cultural blessing.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That is
have
actually a popular but hurtful stereotype.
I'm leaning into it. It's a 1D on test for greed.
Cool.
So I guess whatever action I take, if it's greed based, I get an extra 1D. Is that
Sure. That sounds like what it's saying, yeah.
So I guess Bungo is feeling the thrall of the ring. Is that what's
Yeah.
happening? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay, so I would assume that stealth would be the thing that I would be used to pick the ring out of the pocket, or
Yeah, you'll use stealth. Now, Zip is in a fight
yes.
against a blood white, so you're gonna be down 1 die.
Okay. I have a 3D in stealth, and I'm favored, plus the extra 1D for greed. So take away that extra 1D. I'm still rolling 3D6s.
Okay.
Plus 2 D12s. And my target number is 16. Ooh, I hit 16 exactly, and I have a success.
So we see Zip hammering his mattock at Mirgul, deflecting each strike with his ancient sword, but nonetheless being driven backwards. And then suddenly, where Zip had been standing, once he moves away, there's just Bungo with a ring in his hand. And he disappears back into the darkness. The audience just saw that. The participants did not, of course. Corey?
So he's engaged with Zip again right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Heavily.
I'm stepping back and shooting another bow at his heart area.
Okay. He's going to use his snake-like speed again to make your roll ill-favored.
Can I use a hope to make that not happen?
No, but you could spend a hope to add a die to your roll.
Okay. So ill-favored to D12. I've got 4 D6 here. It's a 19. My target was 14.
Do you have a piercing blow?
I do not.
How much endurance
up.
damage do you do?
4 damage.
Zip bats away his sword, and in that opening, another arrow sinks into his flesh. He shrieks, strikes forward at Zip.
That's what I keep taking it out on the dwarf. That's fine.
The Eye of Sauron. I assume your parry is not 20.
No.
So Zip exults a little at this hit. Mirlog deflects another magic strike. Then with his other hand, punches Zip just right between the eyes.
Dang.
Oh.
And it's just a piercing pain. Spins Zip around, holding him as a human, dwarf shield. And again, fangs sink into Zip's neck.
Jeez.
Motherfucker.
So make your shadow resistance,
Okay.
in addition to 3 endurance damage.
All right. I rolled a 17.
So what's your wits target number?
It's a 15, and I rolled a 17.
Okay.
With 1 success. So I guess I only take 1 more shadow point.
You only take 1 more shadow.
Just one fang goes in.
And I'm down to 12 endurance.
And how far is your shadow and hope?
I think it just crossed over.
So you're miserable. So if you roll the Eye of Sauron, you automatically fail the roll.
Okay.
That's the consequence of weary is your 1, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah. Not too bad overall.
No, there are worse fates, and it's back to you guys.
Bungo
Yep.
is going to take this opportunity to reappear as Zip is being fed upon once again. And he is going to reappear right next to the feet of the vampire, take his short sword, and hack at his Achilles heel.
Okay. You can have a bonus die because he didn't see you because you're so short and tiny.
I'm rolling 3d6s and 1d12, and my target number is 17. I'm also going to spend a hope, which brings me down to 6. Going for a 17. Jesus Christ.
Narnia.
Yeah, I rolled a 13.
Ooh.
Not great.
And you need, a 17?
17.
Corey, Austin, you guys are left.
Ezo, you want to go first and try to free me up to really try to do some damage to this fucker?
Yes, I'm the only one that's accomplished anything today, so...
You guys have put up a lot of damage on him, and
Yeah.
one
I
wound.
started to say the teamwork is actually really running well.
Yeah, you guys have done 15 points of damage, which in the One Ring is a lot.
I mean, you can say teamwork, but I'm doing it for myself.
Easel, army of one.
Well, can you do it for yourself again? Please?
Shoot Zip.
I mean, he's almost a ring.
I mean, yeah, he's almost
Right in the
drained.
neck hole.
Yeah.
just right at the top fang hole, and that keeps the vampire from drinking and kills Zip.
Yeah, I pull out my plug arrow to
It's just an arrow.
Looks like a bathtub.
the shape of a tooth plug. Yeah. Okay, time for more bowing. I'm going to use a hope again. So it's going to be 4D.
I should have said 3 vampires.
Yeah, but one of them's like Claudia from Interview with the Vampire. It's just a tiny one.
It's just a hobbit vampire.
Okay, target number 14. That's a 19. No successes, unfortunately.
And I assume
It's 4 damage.
not a piercing blow.
No.
There are now 3 arrows sticking out of various parts of Mirlog. He does that move where he rakes his sword down his body and shatters them. But of course the stubs are still...
Did he let Zip go?
No.
I mean, he would have had to perform that move.
He just moved you to the side. There's still a freezing gauntlet locked around the other side of your neck.
Zip just tries to wrestle his way free. So
Okay, brawling.
brawling attack. I am rolling with 3d6. My target number is a 14. Rolled a 17 with 1 success.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much brawling damage you'll do, but let's just say 3. It's
Okay.
probably not much more than that, if anything. But the success, Zip breaks away and lands a couple good punches. The rider from the east is not looking great. His porcelain skin is bruised. Rotting black blood is seeping from his wounds.
With every punch, Zip is saying, quit giving me hickeys.
Zip just thinks this is a very weird first date. And it's his turn. He looks at all of you. This isn't over. Mordor has its eye on you.
I get it.
And his...
That's actually a good one. Credit where credit's due. Props.
His
I
body-
fist bump him.
his body collapses into the fog that's still at the bottom of the floor of the tomb, and then the fog as one just shoots up through the top of the tomb, out of the mountain, heading, it looks, vaguely east. The rider from the east has fled.
Too bad that wasn't a paperback rider. Bungo would have been much more successful.
And indeed, you have survived. Though, some of you worse for wear.
Ezel's fine. Took no damage this entire time. Having a great
Did
time.
either of them take damage?
Well, I mean, the Hobbit disappeared for 90% of it.
Yeah.
Ezel's just good.
Yeah.
He got real close to hitting Easel.
Yeah.
So you guys have succeeded. You have the Ring of Durin.
Where is the Ring of Durin?
What ring?
Bungo,
What?
I'm going to take this mattock upside your head.
Bungo, do you have the ring?
Oh, you mean this ring? Question, what would happen if I slipped this on me finger?
Bungo, do not do that.
I'm all for it. Give it a try.
That's a dangerous ring, and you'll make Gilrayan mad, and then she'll burn your house down.
All right. Bungo takes the ring and he flips it over to Zip.
He catches it in his pocket and says, I kind of wondered the same thing, but we'll deal with it.
Put the
later.
ring in your goddamn satchel.
I'm putting it.
Put it up.
I'm putting it.
My name is Steve. I'm the Ring of Durin.
Do not listen to Steve's siren song.
Just put me on. We'll do some
not
dope
be
shit
tempted
together.
by Steve.
I've been to Mardi Gras.
Once again, named after Stephen Ryder.
That's right. That's right, remember.
How are we
characters.
supposed to resist that?
I can turn you into a love machine.
Steve, hush.
No, so you flip the ring back to Zip. He puts it in his pocket, and the three of you depart the tomb of Durin II, make your way out of the Misty Mountains and the Etten Moors, and a long journey eventually reach the safety of Bree.
Can we go ahead and roll 30 times to
Yeah.
do travel rolls?
Yeah. Let's do the Journey Home episode.
Spoiler alert, guys. I'm not going to do as good.
I do like in the book how they say, and once you leave the adventure site, don't do journey rules to get home.
Thank you.
Eagles.
So-
Every time.
Yeah.
It's like a contract in Middle Earth. Like when you complete a quest, you are given eagles.
Well, we didn't get eagles. We got like whippoorwills or something. Lame.
It's actually 3 members of the Philadelphia Eagles football team.
They just carry you back.
Or the band.
Oh, no, it's Don Henley.
Don Henley driving a van.
He's got a bag of Coke, though. Not all bad.
Doesn't matter what route we take home, they always stop at the same fucking hotel.
So you guys have retrieved the Ring of Durin, which is the end of this arc for the One Ring.
Cool.
We may revisit the One Ring in the future and see what happens with the Ring of Durin. Or
We survived spikes and a vampire.
yeah, the Mirlog was a tough opponent.
And many riddles and traps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if you had done 2 wounds to him, he would have been vanquished. You got 1.
I really wanted to cut him down before he could disappear, but when he said this
Yeah.
is not over, I wanted to be like, yes, it is.
I thought my foolproof plan of like disappearing and reappearing and like slicing him off there at the Achilles heel would,
I think that
Yeah.
would
have been successful.
If it didn't do it, it would have come close. That was a good idea.
Yeah, he
It would have put him on the
had
ground anyway.
Yeah.
not much more endurance when you tried that. He was,
Unfortunately, I rolled 3 2s.
yeah, you guys got close. I mean, you drove him back to Mordor at the very least. So.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Good job.
It's a fun game, and now that we played it a little more, it's getting a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving a lot faster.
Yeah, it's playing this many games and also spreading them out. It's real fucking hard to keep up with the rules.
It does.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So if we do miss something, hey, sorry.
Well, and plus, you take that as the realistic element, because if you're playing a game at home, you're gonna get a rule
Yeah.
wrong. There's just too many rules in most RPGs to do it right all the time.
That's why you tell your friends about our Patreon, so we can do this for a living, and
We'll get better at it.
yeah, we'll be real good.
We'll
then.
get marginally better at it.
We'll record every day.
Yes.
And yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, but thank you to our Patreon subscribers. You're very generous as always, and we appreciate the living hell out of you.
We do.
Yeah, we really do. That's why we're playing the One Ring, because we bought it with Patreon money,
Yeah.
and to see, because I knew nothing about it other than it existed.
Yeah,
And Corey got the PDF, and I looked over and thought, oh, this is rad. We will play this.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I've
I
enjoyed
like
it.
this one a lot.
There's
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff with it, and we keep forgetting a lot of stuff. But
Yeah, I was happy how the Tomb of Durin worked.
Yeah, it was good,
I've GM'd a lot, but I've never run that many dungeon crawls.
Yeah.
oh really?
So yeah, You would think it would be the opposite of that.
I think this was a good one. As far as following the rules to a T, like you said, I don't think anyone actually does that. And the great thing about RPGs is you have a GM, and everything pretty much comes to, if the GM says it's cool, it's cool.
Yeah,
or if it's
and
not cool, so you can be flexible with those things
It's like
a lot of the
life.
times. As long as you have the core rules down, you're good.
If you stuck to every rule religiously, like the narrative would suffer. Like, and
That's
it's
true.
less fun when you can't make a fun narrative.
Yeah. Well, it's like life. I mean, laws are there.
Go on.
I mean, I get they're there for a reason, but they're also made to be bended a little bit.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is that how the laws are?
Yeah, I mean, in some cases, shoplifting is fine. Also, see grand larceny.
Yeah. You wouldn't download a car, would you?
Yeah, all right.
Well, thanks for joining us on this fun journey through Middle Earth, where everything was fine and all our friends are fine.
Yes.
Yes. Speaking of friends, we'd like to thank our friends at Barrel and Bond.
Thank you, Barrel and Bond. I got bit in the bathroom the other day.
We heard.
Not by a vampire. It was a hobo or something.
No, that was just Shem.
Yeah.
That's their bathroom attendant. Crazy Pete.
So we'll end on this note. The three of you have made it back, beaten, bruised, exhausted, to Bree, the prancing pony,
I'm actually fine.
with patched wounds and sore feet. You're taking
Zip takes a drink of beer and it just shoots out his neck.
you're taking your rest, and the door to the prancing pony bursts open, and it's the dwarf Oper, a spear through him, and a sword. I made it, lads! The end.
And who are you again?
So next week we are gonna play Conan. We have a special thing we're gonna play Conan again,
Yeah.
but we're doing a team up with the Fluff and Crunch podcast. They're a mainly 2D20 podcast where they go through a lot of the detailed rules of 2D20 systems, talk about the various settings, and they have written a Conan adventure for us. So the Fluff and Crunch podcast focuses on the settings, the fluff, and the crunch, the mechanics of 2D20 systems. It's a good podcast. I listen to it a regular amount. I especially listen to it before I'm going to run a 2D20 game like Conan or Octon Cthulhu. And so if you're interested in 2D20 systems, I highly recommend Fluff and Crunch.
Yeah, which we played a lot of, so it's a great podcast for that kind of thing. I know a lot of our listeners have messaged, and a lot of them run their own games, so worth checking out.
And I know some people have specifically come to us from trying to listen to Octon Cthulhu stuff.
Sure.
So if you're into Octon Cthulhu or Conan, or I think Star Trek is a 2D20 system.
Dune.
Yeah, or Dune, which was the first one we played. Check out Fluff and Crunch. And so they have written a Conan adventure that we're going to run. And we're going to play that on our podcast. And then the tentative plan is that I will go on their podcast and tell them how you guys ruined it.
Okay.
Nice.
Their beautiful, beautiful adventure.
I'm sure.
No, we're going to talk about how stuff at the table always differs from what's on the written page and that sort of thing. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But so that's going to be coming next. And also, check out Fluff and Crunch. It's a good time.
Yeah, we wouldn't mess around with pieces of shit.
No, we turned down that offer from the Piece of Shit podcast.
Yeah.
They were like, why don't you smell some turds on your show? And I said, no.
Thanks, Kyle, for speaking for us all.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for listening. I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.